Hancock, Moonlighting era, Bruce Willis.
This is the remix, but you'll never hear the original.
I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony Stark.
I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony Stark.
Kill me with an authentic Walter PPK. Pray to Jim Caviezel.
Shit, the sequel's on the way.
I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony Stark.
I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony Stark.
Yeah, kill me with an authentic Walter PPK. Pray to Jim Caviezel.
The sequel's on the way.
Converted, hybrid, retro, Mercedes. A stack of back issues of Playboy from the 80s. Russ Meyer shared fetish, John Larroquette haircut. Cash in the safe, in the air ducts. On 167 laser disc. Reel to dat tape attached with soldered paper clips. Blood, kidneys, bones. A handkerchief with PSJ in cursive. Catch the drool of the space cadet. Chugging Labatt 50, bumping some black hippies. Trim my mic, pat, and facial hair. Then the fact hit me, I'm defined by aesthetics. Pop culture obsessed. A pod, no substance. You yak suckers are next. Human Tumblr, no original thought. Swore I saw 666 on my digital wall. This vintage polo on my mind, like all day. And my girl's got an ironic poster of Scarface. I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony Stark.
Yeah, I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony Stark.
Come on, kill me with an authentic Walter PPK. Then pray to Jim Caviezel.
Shit, the sequel's on the way.
I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony Starks.
I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony
Come on,
Stark.
kill me with an authentic Walter PPK. And pray to Jim Caviezel.
Shit, the sequel's on the way. Jean jacket, airbrush, bloodhounds and grizzlies. Escort look like Helen Mirren in the 60s. Flew to Paris, had a pizza, never saw the Eiffel. Autobahn illustrated Winchester rifle. Dream of Momofuku while I'm eating frozen seafood. Looking California while I'm feeling Mogadishu. Sugar mommy pay the rent, I never touch a prenup. Runners do the legwork, we chillin' with our feet up. PA du Gauchan VIP special menu. Exotic house plant stash bail for my nephew. Stay of execution, show the monsters how to ball. I'm in your dream house, pulling copper off the wall. Winter 93, I rocked the Parker like a Macedon. Summer 92, I got the third base on the Gravitron. Gary Kasparov study these dance moves. Russian Jew behind me with the black velour tracksuit.
I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony Stark.
I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony Stark.
Kill me with an authentic Walter PPK. And pray to Jim Caviezel.
Shit, the sequel's on the way.
I'm rocking Wally Clarks like Walter White and Tony Starks.
Yeah, I'm rocking that too.
Yeah, kill me with an authentic Walter PPK. And pray to Jim Caviezel.
Shit, the sequel's on the way.
I cut my copy of Infinite Jest in half.
Ink spot indelible, been to the depths and back.
Ralph Lauren bedspread under big breasts and ass.
Left the breast knit on a window, never Windex to
My used Black
glass.
Sabbath patch jacket actually did a tour in all.
Next door neighbor Thora Burke, she never leave the curtains
I
drawn.
caught Slayer in my arm and I've never even heard a song.
Word is born, I said word is born. Paint a self-portrait with a Reagan mask on my face.
Womanizer, Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Bootleg Chinese power glove, massage your labia.
Come on, girl, you know the story. Juno gave her baby
Got a pile of cocaine tall enough to turn your blood
I'm
pink.
Brutus with a Bluetooth, Sterling cufflinks.
Yeah, television taught me everything you know.
I'm Judas with a deuce coupe, but never leave my home.
Nobody's answering. I went from dark days in the days to hearing birds chirp, where the sticks tickle but words hurt. In a city so entitled, the herb surface and dirts get pissed on. We champion the crooners and ignore the Tony Clift on. So why the fuck will we not get our sniff on? Nobody wants to hear the spitted flames like a Kiss concert, but keep the lipstick on them. We like that, the tight pants and the hype dancing. Hood raps for white Hansons, fight lance in the bike lane. Dope up at the bus stop with dope on us. Fuck cops, I'm the motherfucking police with no gun. Black belt with a white gi, a blood stain on the white tee. A white boy yelling, why me? So why me, huh? Strumming a 5-string, everlasting a bird jersey. Looking for a best friend, a Burt with no Ernie, Laverne with no Shirley, a Christmas burnt turkey. From where the stones tickle my toes, but the words hurt me. A courtesy flush, a trash bag, Feeling out of touch, listening to Rascast, regretting my no regrets approach. In pajamas and a brown paper bag mask.
And the people hide their faces, and they hide their eyes, 'cause the city is dying, and they don't know why.
Got the hangman behind me, trying to stump him on the last letter. Bad weather, dark day afternoon, black leather. Shorty got a coat hanger, hope she trying to steal a car. Face drained to color like a silver star in a film noir. Light pollution dimmed the galaxy to half a watt. Walking with Occam's razor, pondering the path we lost. Air clouded, smog envelop us, the kids asleep. Empty warehouses, exoskeletons of industry. Collapsed the ceiling, low-rise abandoned building. He just lamps and chills, feels like Maximilian at the Hilton. She said his tab's a bill, he ain't got half a shilling, so he's climbing out the window before that pimp comes back to kill him. Panic stricken on the transit system. Conductor acid tripping, having visions, made a rash decision. The merry-go-rounds on top of burial grounds, and we swept under the rug and kept it hush, but that's the land we live in. Some old socialite baring her teeth, very petite, out of fashion, 90s heroin chic, glaring at me, paranoid, convinced that I was following. She sucked her diamond ring off and swallowed it.
And the people hide their faces, and they hide their eyes, 'cause the city is dying, and they don't know why.
First year nursing student, barefoot, pumps in hand, colorful hundreds and under bundled in a rubber band. Husband at home, she's unprotected with another man. Now summer's fucking with your head just like the son of Sam. They pick at the clan, patients witness at their worst of times. The kid with debt up to his ankles is the first in line. Park bench, drinking Listerine and turpentine. Winter's twisting up your mood and now you're burdened mine. Unbridled entitlement, rude to the underpaid. Cashier who'd whoop his ass at Scrabble and in other ways. There's construction zones, sinkholes and something strange. Weeds between the trees and buildings and it comes this way. Run from change, it bubbles under, count the months and days. Where's his parents, an heir apparent, where's his funnel cake? Neighbor wages escalate an engagement in a drunken rage. Window washer hits the pavement like a stun grenade. My flesh is varnished by a film of the city's air and parasitic bacteria that just isn't there. Employee scrubs off the sidewalk with little care. Man takes a seat, places his bag on the middle chair.
Like distance.
Well, okay, let's get one thing straight.
I'm not a god MC, I'm not a party rocker. I didn't come here with an anthem for you party monsters. I'm not a smooth talker, I turn the party awkward. Bump the table, skip the needle, that's a party stopper. I don't murk the booth, burn through the popper stopper. I'm not king with the pen, this isn't Tommy Knockers. I'm not your idol, I've been idle far too long to matter. I'm not a master of my craft, shit I don't often bother. I'm not a body catcher, I'm not a battle rapper. I did some battles, said some shit I thought the fans were after. Ain't that some shit, could've learned to play the Stratocaster. Hands are atrophied, lazy fucking average bastard. I'm not a rapper that hustles, I'm not a hustler that raps. I'm not moving a muscle, I'm not filing no tax. I'm not trying to be humble or supply you with facts. I'm not living the struggle, I'm not trying to get back. I don't want your money, I lied, I want your money. These lies are all for money, when I lie in piles of money. I'm not the truth, some say I'm part of the problem. Not paying dues, refuse to start at the bottom. But what I might be is that voice you most relate to. Prick our emblem in your skin, embrace the fact we might just hate you. Can't all be giants despite the shoulders we climbed on. Take a shit in my hand to paint this portrait of your icons. Hey, we don't hear you. Huddle close against anyone that you're dear to. We stoke the fire that nobody wanna get near to. Ride out in the night, watch the city burn in the rear view. Hey, we don't hear you. Huddle close against anyone that you're dear to. We stoke the fire that nobody wanna get near to. Ride out in the night, watch the city burn in the rear view.
I'm a procrastinator, go on and ask me later. And I'm a slacker, stumbled ass back to pay dirt. I'm a masquerader, that's who you came to hear. I skip sound check, I show up with a case of beer. I'm all talk, I'm cunning, I'm self-serving. I'm cutting, I'm ready to debate, I'm scathing, acerbic. Straight up, I'm hurtful, vitriolic, abusive. I lack basic empathy, I'm dangerous, I'm ruthless. I'm also a contradiction, capable of great depth. I'm arrested in my development, I'm grade 10. I give to charity, I volunteered. I carry my guilt like a tapeworm, we're all in here. I commandeer respect, now come closer. I smile daggers, ain't nothing sub rosa. I keep my blinds drawn, my front door shut. The life of the party by the time I'm on my 4th cup. I have high standards, I'm polite to people until they disappoint. So I don't like most people, and I don't fight, I'm peaceful. I'm dependable, I'm a hard worker, kind-hearted, a friend, I'm good. Now what I'm not is a conformist or a bore. I'm aurora borealis, I'm not someone to ignore. Asunder we'd endure, severed tongue and cheek to floor. Underfoot, once I'm done for, we can plummet deeper more. Me amors.
Hey, we don't hear you. Huddle close against anyone that you're dear to. We stoke the fire that nobody wanna get near to. Ride out in the night, watch the city burn in the rear view. Hey, we don't hear you. Huddle close against anyone that you're dear to. We stoke the fire that nobody wanna get near to. Ride out in the night, watch the city burn in the rear view. Came from the deep, made a beeline straight for the trees. Replaced the jungle with skyscrapers and streets. Jet stream to the west, highway to the east. Soon, see the white orchid in bloom. Sow's head on a stick and the fly swarm where it looms. I see the youth getting high, scorching a spoon. Make me wanna go and fashion a mic cord to a noose. Or wait for our light source to balloon. The world turn back to magma, the firestorm can resume. Tonight I'm asking the psych ward for a room. Having fever dreams of death on a white horse in the gloom. Men of science warned that we're doomed. In due time we won't have no more life forms to consume. Cause we can put cyborgs on the moon, but still can't rinse the stink of the primordial ooze.
It took a long time to forget what passed. Sand dunes bubbled into pools of glass. And with the bad moon rising in the falling sky, look for me on the dark side.
Hooded falcons circle garbage that they see as rats. Artificial islands shaped like spiders wherein we relax. Couldn't fathom the hardships, only dream of cash. Self not exempt, no one calls their own a fiendish laugh. Rodent smells another rotting that it thinks is trash. Unarmed kid shot by pig, pig fails to link the past. Prior generations did the same, but we can shrink the gap. Your influence is illegitimate, I'm sick of your indignant badge. This refuse should have been recycled, that's a fucking fact. Suffer from another's lapse in judgment, we can run the track. Paved over a habitat with all the gravitas of grabbing ass. And blame your friends, never made amends, that's the way it went, I'm not mad at that. Mistaken cloud gazer, that's not a bird but a floating drone. Controlled by subpar technology to your mobile phone. No vacancy at your safe haven, and when you're forced from your home, patience, flight, distance, poet, warlord, of Boca Raton.
It took a long time to forget what passed. Sand dunes bubbled into pools of glass. And with the bad moon rising in the falling sky, look for me on the dark side.
psychotropics got that mind to open. That siren song to the sky's corona. Walking dead with a copperhead try to bite the cobra. Y'all been bottle fed with your idle stank and alignment sulfur. The correlation in Bitey Bulger and Iacocca. Water whippers chipping them pies of cocoa and cries the motors. Ivory poachers, land claimants and rightful owners. Fight promoters with rifles loaded, thugging for white Jehovah. Ayatollahs trying to build an altar. Preacher man look more like Geechee Dan trying to fill them coffers. Around the time the kid was a whiz at Contra, Ali moving arms like he pissed in Honda in Nicaragua. They whipped us off to the Rickenbacker. Well, Knickerbocker's still a sell that story of Prince and Papa. The children watching, taking them pigs to slaughter. They kill your father, you kill their father. They call it that intifada, but shit is karma. Karma.
Took a long time to forget what
remember the endless in the loop and then rebel. Hop in a Ford in Ontario and out of a Florida Buick. The rings on this coniferous are my recorded music. Unstuck in whatever resonant heads prevail. Agony and bliss, it just depends on where you dwell. Heaven and hell, the good stuff at once. I wrote a blueprint. Ignore me, I'm hesitant anyway in it. It's sorta stupid, it goes all perspective, no attention paid to better days. And medicate yourself when lemonade is not an option. Enjoy the moments and relish them, but with caution. Discomfort is coming, cousin, I embellish you not. Just pause it, this is real life. Stop it dead in its tracks. You're not here right now as the sediment cracks. To their reticent laughs, the sentiment goes unnoticed. It's totally hopeless, nevertheless, end it and hope they quote you. No light speed, black hole, string theory, none of that. Motherfucker, double back. No Asimov, Wells, Bradbury, none of them. Just a strong will, pain, threshold, and rubber neck. Now you may feel a slight, ring it in your ears. Now you may feel a slight, ring it in your ears. Now you may feel a slight, ring it in your ears. Now you may feel a slight. Head on a swivel, pick my eyes up off the ground. High bias, the type of guy you'd want around. Hand on my nuts, pick my tongue up off the ground. Untethered yesterday if she wanna fuck around with me. Friends with houses, former those with dough now. Getting up early tomorrow for that job I couldn't hold down. I'll get my clock cleaned if I'm feeling like a masochist. Or do a line of Paulin if I'm watching televangelist. The salivator, gravitator, 771 upside down on a calculator. The holographic laminator, aerosol the muzzle, question mark with the evaporator. Cross your thighs, I've proselytized the cult of one in total, a copperhead bites. All these watered down ideas from Slaughterhouse 5. Unstuck or whatever, the martyr of time. No light speed, black hole, string theory, none of that. Motherfucker, double back. No Asimov, Wells, Bradbury, none of them. Just a strong will, pain, threshold, and rubber neck. Now you may feel a slight, ring it in your ears. Now you may feel a slight, ring it in your ears. Now you may feel a slight, ring it in your ears. Ring it in your ears.
Everybody's looking for you.
I heard you were here.
What happened?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that. My wife thinks I'm MIA, but I'm actually dead.
How come you didn't get your arm back?
Dying doesn't make you whole. You should see what you look like.
Straight out of Hyrule. That Uncanny X-Men 14, first appearance of the Sentinels. Somebody got that shit, I swear. I first heard of Zelda back in '87. Straight infected my brain in class, I couldn't pay attention. Rap tapes and video games, my main obsession. Plus comic books formed the Trinity, ain't no question. Stan Lee was a legend, Sam Keith walked on water. Rob Liefeld did that Levi's commercial, shit was awkward. Went to Lens Odds and Ends every Saturday like clockwork to study Eric Larson and McFarlane, they were monsters. Starving pockets, going through cardboard boxes. A Dark Horse and Marvel Comics, the art was flawless. Warlord, Martian goddesses locked in carnal knowledge. How they captured the anatomy like that was hard to process. High school I started drawing Woo members. Tagged the W on everything and learned to do letters. Bubble to spaghetti, anything I tried to do. I seen a burner piece from Germany, the names were Diamond Lumen. Threw a halo on the tag, new felt it. Goons felt it, mostly fools I blew L's with. Them crews jealous, now I'm the king like who's Elvis. Feeling gassed up like Dennis with the mask, blue velvet. But I wasn't shit. One day me and a couple kids got red-handed doing throw-ups at the Trussell Bridge. Took my cans and my fingerprints like what the fuck. $1,000 fine hit me like a sucker punch. Put the pain on hold, brushed up on my writing, and I started flipping samples from wherever I could find them. Did a couple local battles, got clout, then I got with a sick ass click and went all out. Fast forward now to think it's so crazy. Rap took me around the world, I'm at the Louvre with my old lady. I'll keep the memories close, something sacred till this peace, young world. I'll see you in the funny pages and I'm out. Gold cartridge to purple tape. I remember my mom with my Game Boys with the washing machine. Gold cartridge to purple tape. That was full color. I got it was gold cartridge to purple tape. Full on ice. As a Christmas present. Gold cartridge to purple tape.
I dropped the power glove and saw Neil Young and Pearl Jam. 93 Toronto X before the bottle of the modern problems held the thought of sex. Young Patrick had his interests in the fringes. My heroes had a different liquid in their syringes. Shake records, Pops caught me a tape weekly. Frank Black or Last Splash, I contemplate deeply. Sports were foreign, more and more I grow anomic. Predisposed to the emotive and not a sort of product. Black gazelles dressing like Mike D. Check your head, my obsessions they might be something I can't control, my can't control with shit. Toy with a Montana, but I could stand alone and spit. Loving parents took me to therapy, was a joke. I ate like a parakeet and barely even spoke. Accident prone, I happened upon bizarre ride. De La Soul is dead and there is a dark side. Hairline fractured in my own shadow. Wrapped along through my vocal tics to whole albums. The mouth Tourette's made freestyle in a breeze. Jans dungeon instrumentals from beat miners and preem. Pal Peralta Stratocaster things had no lasting power. Had encounters, but it all just turned to static louder. Late bloomer, gray shoes with a black swoosh. Replaced the sketches with text in my black books. Discovered Fun Crusher, Grip SSR, Rise, Audio Fix, HHI, kicking it with dark flies. Shows started building, you're aware of the cast of characters. Pussy took the front seat, the scenarios I'm not embarrassed from. I guess paying dues started earlier than you would think. Folks took me to the music store, not to the ring. Possessions over the years, I'm always losing things. Got it the day it came out, still got my tape of Cuban links. It went gold cartridge to purple tape. I had a huge crush on Road. And then when they made the movie and they gold cartridge to purple, they cast that Toad and Anna Paquin. Road was supposed to be hot. I was really fucking pissed about gold cartridge to purple tape. Straight up, you know we should have played Road. Why not Judge? Straight the fuck up. Gold cartridge to purple tape. That would have been an improvement. Everybody was all about those action figures. On the bus back from the movies, we had seen, I don't remember what we saw.
The Matrix 3. Drive.
Yeah, don't bother plotting the graph.
know of other planets that has life on them. I know of 3 planets now that has life on them. People live in there. Greater life is on this planet. There's other planets with eternal life on them. There's other planets with living life and human beings, different setups on them. In fact, the ministers, so many planets out there, they'll never be known or counted by Earth people. Earth people is on a system like other planets are not. Earth people, I'm not of this Earth. When I come here and found out about this Earth and everything, I've experienced just about everything on this planet. Yes, almost everything. And in this world right here, people are not looking direct to what that will save this planet. They're looking direct to what that will destroy this planet. Shortening and the length of the season. The snow in April. Snowflakes in June. And things like that, you know. Volcano dust 150 miles high, shattering ozone layers. And all these things that are happening in our world today is coming from mankind himself. Mankind himself. People get up and say, oh, mankind not going to destroy this earth. You know, that I am now behind. There's an ocean in there. I know, see, now.
I got some keepsakes to keep safe. Plane tickets and a stack of paper with the Queen's face. Pop the lock and you staring into deep space. Marcellus Wallace never had a soul. What's in that briefcase? I got some keepsakes to keep safe. Plane tickets and a stack of paper with the Queen's face. Pop the lock and you staring into deep space. Marcellus Wallace never had a soul. What's in that briefcase?
Kuzenko's documents, I spotted Kent in Somerset. Slip into the crowd beside the wreck, pretend a rubberneck. This leather Burberry from Saks is my dummy case. The tattered Samsonite on my shoulder is the one that keeps my money safe and other shit. Signed Babe Ruth rookie card, the mothership is tongue-in-cheek to this extensive collection that I'm running with. I've got Van Gogh's Ear on Ice, a Jessica Alba sex tape and some disinfectant wipes. Strychnine syringe, anthrax and razor blades. Twist ties for rents when I ransack your vacation space. Government plots to doctor the murder rate. I got a cure for cancer, cure for AIDS in my briefcase. Now some of these items might not seem like they're related and they're not. I pack my place in haste and hope to Jesus none of the neighbors watch. Something deranged to stop my current work in a second. It's time to get creative with some of my favorite possessions. Check it. Gonna pawn this never before seen photo of Robert Johnson and drop this caucus member's daughter I got for hostage. Cut my losses, double cross, and now I walk with all my earthly. I'll pedal these medals back to fans of Jackie Joyner Kersey. Ditch my housing, wipe my brow with a shroud of Turin. Now, is this a 40 or Howard Hughes' vial of urine? Shopping cart, modern art, and now I'm certain consumer innumerable. All my shit is Tyler Durden. Yo.
I got some keepsakes to keep safe. Plane tickets and a stack of paper with the Queen's face. Pop the lock and you staring into deep space. Marcellus Wallace never had a soul. What's in that briefcase? I got some keepsakes to keep safe. Plane tickets and a stack of paper with the Queen's face. Pop the lock and you staring into deep space. Marcellus Wallace never had a soul. What's in that briefcase? A passport with a photo of my human face. Assumed identity. Customs knows me by a Jewish name. Spanish Miller forged the deed. I'm trying to clear the deal. Black leather driving gloves. I never seen a steering wheel. I got the papers for a Swiss number bank account. Boarding pass. Eastern European town you can't pronounce. First class. I blend in once I'm seated. Kenyan birth certificate, presidential treatment. A photo of Barack golfing with some Tamil tigers. Microviolet poison, it tastes like Jägermeister mixed with apple cider. Got 3 feet of piano wire, black light to scan the room for DNA and fabric fibers. Perfume scented, handwritten love letter from a Persian flight attendant that purrs when I undress her. Heavy sedative, killed its first batch of drug testers. Low sodium goulash recipe, I watch my blood gush. The key to the room where my suitcase is sitting. A newspaper clipping of a doomsday prediction. Password to a masquerade. Roman tunic, perpetual motion, prototype design, stolen blueprint. Pair of opera glasses with the lenses cut from blood diamonds. Phone with no number, keep the SIM card in my gum lining. Carbon fiber pistol, fire 7 times in a second. 10 digits on a napkin, I memorize the extension. Yeah. I got some keepsakes to keep safe, plane tickets and a stack of paper with the Queen's face. Pop the lock and you staring into deep space. Marcellus Wallace never had a soul, what's in that briefcase? I got some keepsakes to keep safe, plane tickets and a stack of paper with the Queen's face. Pop the lock and you staring into deep space. Marcellus Wallace never had a soul.
Crawl back into my hole like Bugs Bunny. Cash stashed in the mattress, I don't make that much money. Just lovely, the smile is a lie. Between four walls, behind a door, it's kinda deprived. Pretty faces bump uglies and their sign us on fire. Sign of the times, surprise without a violent demise. I mean, there's always lived people like George Zimmerman, but murder was always murder. Now they're hunting your citizens, more like children on the phone with authorities. But life's good with a Bud Light, sunburned on the Florida Keys. Shit keeps me awake at night. The world's electricity harnessed in my room, I pay the piper. I sit at my desk and pour Guinnesses, give tax dough to a government they'll only build more prisons with. And you're born alone, diatribe, marginalized, just a number, garden variety. I crawl back in my hole like Bugs Bunny. The cash is gone from the mattress and I don't make that much money.
I'm on the fence. All I see is characters. I try to catch the wolves before the woolen hoodies drawn to blend. I see my breath when I exhale at August end. A cold world till it's gone and yet I'm on the fence. All I see is characters. I try to catch the wolves before the woolen hoodies drawn to blend. I see my breath when I exhale at August end. A cold world till it's gone and yet I'm on the fence.
I count the Looneys in my pocket, getting that Acme Anvil. Putting in work to earn my worth, I hardly had a handle on all my vices, left a curse, I find it hard to manage. All the things pulling apart my brain, feeling all dismantled. And when the gears start to break, caught living day by day, scraping change from the eye in the sky. Cold reminder we're divided, trying to make it on time. We're on fire, can't save the design. And it's a first place race to the top. With channel 0, cut the wire, motivated with plot. It's all survival, ask Charles, you either make it or not. It's on time, it's on vinyl, just wait for the drop. Stop tripping and roll, it's not a dragon while you chasing control. It's all smoke screens blazing and dope. Fiends paying the price to see freedom. Holding these demons till the lights start fading. We're supposed to keep breathing.
Of course you know, this means war.
I'm on the fence. All I see is characters. I try to catch the wolves before the woolen hoodies drawn to blend. I see my breath when I exhale at August end. A cold world till it's gone and yet I'm on the fence. All I see is characters. I try to catch the wolves before the woolen hoodies drawn to blend. I see my breath when I exhale at August end. A cold world till it's gone and yet I'm on the fence.
My paper chase is like Wiley after the Roadrunner. I'm no hustler, bad with money like the Koch brothers. We all aspire to be couch money gazillionaires who break bread with upper crust and ransack their silverware. We don't have no water fight, it's only TV. We suckle from the pig that ate the wolf. This milk is greasy. See me wallowing waist high in my feces, watching the revolution getting filmed against a green screen. My whole species living off a fortune stolen. For you know it, karma boomerangs, the veil gets torn wide open. That's why my door is bolted, feeling agoraphobic, staring out my window while the storm approaches like a swarm of locusts. Course is hopeless, the banks who make the earth revolve, playing a game we could never stand for like murder ball. Vision is 2020, I can see the future. Got a vision of 2020, I can't see my future.
Anyone for Russian roulette?
I'm on the fence. All I see is characters. I try to catch the wolves before the woolen hoodies drawn to blend. I see my breath when I exhale at August end. A cold world till it's gone and yet I'm on the fence. All I see is characters. I try to catch the wolves before the woolen hoodies drawn to blend. I see my breath when I exhale at August end. A cold world till it's gone and yet I'm on the fence.
Who's responsible? I say, who's responsible for this? I'll kill all you for this.
That's all, folks.
tomorrow. Now he'd need to climb those steps soon. Empty sheets of
like these. A little birdie told me sever ties, then it died. Brainstem electrified, rest my mind. Backbone like cast stone, never mind. Jumping buffalo, let it fly, bent my spine. I'm in a galaxy of collapsing stars, falling dominoes in a synaptic charge. Let me trust someone, I treat my every scar like a motherfucking dust cover. High tech, low life, no wife, no kids, and rife with psychosis. I'm blind and I like dope things, the sorted type of cold pints that the night gon' bring. But Groundhog Day gon' follow. Now I'm in the throes of an age-old problem. Deja vu, we take home bottles. The cult with more quartz than Seiko watches. Yeah, so these are my friends. A-L-I-B, alike deep as it gets. Yeah, so these are my friends. A-L-I-B, alike deep as it gets. Yeah, so these are my friends. A-L-I-B, alike deep as it gets. So this is the end.
hell nah, so I'm about to do it again. Stigmata from a twist bottle. All I see is thick models looking through these piss goggles. Fish taco with a rib combo. Caveman, your misses to the whip, hit the crib pronto. It's his hip popo, we getting towed up. Riding shotgun with my lawyer doing donuts. Wake up with a horse head, plus the ESC printed backwards on the forehead. All my friends were born dead, Cold War vets. We all ulcers in the belly of the beast. All my friends got their ladles in the cauldron. Black out till noon, and hit the telly with a freak. In the belly getting heat, it ain't healthy, but it helped me with my sleep. Get it in till my celly gets a heat, then it's east. I ain't saying that this misery's unique. Come and meet me at the spot and watch history repeat.
Yeah, so these are my friends. A-L-I-B, alike deep as it gets. Yeah, so these are my friends. A-L-I-B, alike deep as it gets. Yeah, so these are my friends. A-L-I-B, alike deep as it gets. So this is the end.
Hell nah, so I'm about to do it again. I'm up here playing with alchemy, turning water to gold while I'm pissing off of my balcony on passerbys down below. Still on shore, leave spilling 40s of swill. My rites of passage, feeling lost as the minotaur outside the labyrinth. Lost our childlike innocence, the ultra-violence festering. We walk for miles in regiments of Monster Island denizens. Cross the Alps with elephants and crocodiles and pelicans. So pray and kiss your babies if that's your domicile, we're stepping in. Clutch the cig by the muzzle, flush the pig from the jungle. Now something bigger is coming, it just got triggered to hunt you. Seen a ghost, dropped a microdot upon the eastern slope, asking what's a king to a god, what's a lumberjack to a tree of smoke. Lately put my livelihood as firewood for the higher good, so I'll write the book you'll never read. Guess there's no reason why you would, but one day they're gonna dig us up to find out what made us tick. So I spill my guts like I give a fucking hope that it makes them sick. It goes bones for the vultures, Salem witches for the pious, souls for brimstone and sulfur, captive Christians for the lions. It goes bones for the vultures, Salem witches for the pious, souls for brimstone and sulfur, captive Christians for the lions. It goes bones for the vultures, Salem witches for the pious, souls for brimstone and sulfur, captive Christians for the lions. One day they're gonna dig us up to find out what made us tick, made us tick, made us tick, made us, what made us.
got it from her parents. Put off the procedure because see she was embarrassed. Pleaded, doctor help me. At 8 months it isn't worth it. But baby Molly's healthy. Sharon died there in the stirrups.
Now Oxford was a slick talker, slippery as an eel. Watches in his trench coat, he'd give your ass a deal. Liked to play with shiny things, stole some shiny wheels. Then the owner pulled a shiny thing and spilled his final meal.
Blaine was quite vain for his age, very matter of fact. Even had a job sweeping shop for the haberdasher. Wanted the perfect tan on his boat by the river. When they pulled him out the water,
this
said,
is one crispy critter. June and Jim went camping, got lost in the forest. Heard a howl in the wind and wandered off with no torches. Climbed into a cave when they were drawn in by the warmth. And now the wolf is sleeping fatter than a hog. Here's the chorus. I've had to bury some imaginary friends.
When all is said and done, it doesn't matter, they pretend.
So I'm spilling out my snifter every January 10th.
Just to let him know that I was right there at the very end.
Edmund had a pen pal, Delilah Roche. Sent her a proposal with a lilac bouquet. By the time it got there, she was lying in a cold grave. And he waited for her answer till he died of old age.
Randall was a handful, always walked to school with wet hair. Mom said, you'll catch a death of cold before you get there. But he was smiling at his desk when the teacher called his name. Matthew played with matches and that school went up in flames.
Klaus went spelunking down into a live volcano.
Sam got salmonella from some old expired mayo.
My man Magnus accidentally drank a half pint of Drano.
Betsy flew her kite into an F5 tornado.
Peter went missing on a cold Christmas Eve. Discovered next winter when they had the chimney clean.
Claire took the dare and trick-or-treated the Connor house. Now her bones are in the garden and the story lives on, I'm out.
I've had to bury some imaginary friends.
When all is said and done, it doesn't matter, they pretend.
So I'm spilling out my snifter every January 10th.
Just to let them know that I was right there at the very end.
Who is this guy anyhow? You look delicious. Wait a second, get away from me, you hulking grease. Vincent, can you stop me, please?
You have to admit you do look tasty.
I'll tune in next week when our topic for discussion will be,
I'm a bit of a devil, but I do love frog's legs.
Daddy says everything's gonna get better.
What does Jody look like?
She's nice. She tells me things too.
Yeah, like what does she tell you?
She tells me about the little boy who used to live in my room. He got hurt and died.
Whose poems rang of truth, and to those who sang the blues, to those who showed their fangs but never broke the bank in two. Cause the lowest hanging fruit was never enough, it's never enough. To old Dylan Thomas and the ghost of Langston Hughes, whose poems rang of truth, and to those who sang the blues, to those who showed their fangs but never broke the bank in two. Pick the lowest hanging fruit to appease those who drank its juice.
You know, I think of something that's funny, then I go get a pen and I write it down. Or if the pen's too far away, I have to convince myself that what I thought of ain't funny.
Wake up, vacuum the floor, watch the door, reorganize your records. Scan for pretension in your text, cancel breakfast. Drink something fortified, instead it's damn incentive to land in bed with a handled checklist. You ran the sentence like a spike, your run-ons are such nonsense. Wash your hands and dangle your phalanges till they're dry. Now a drunk hostage of what options? You wanna make them synthesize to live or die, there isn't time, it's dignified. A witness lies or skims to find some kind of thing inside that feeds their narcissism, written within it isn't worth it. This isn't bullshit though, it's something, right? It counts. Akira confidence, the fear of consequence just mounts. Put it out there, the masters all knew what they were doing. And trust me, nothing you write is hackneyed like Dave McEwen. That's the practice, some homework for your audience. Your batting average is more nonsense and you lob it in. Best friend, worst enemy, eventually one and the same. It might come from the basic run of the millions of neurons to which you're subject. Publishers want the moving parts, they want a touch base. Word to God, you're a fraud, they've heard it all. Burn the crops, it's curtain call, learn to crawl, etc. A practical joke, your back's to the ropes, you can't even cope. The matter is toast, you had to just coast along the wrong competitor. Turn it off, you were lost. Who's the boss? Came on, your dog ate it. Cue the nonchalance, they're all tasteless. But the fact remains you cashed the check. And if that editor rears his ugly head around here, you're gonna snap his neck. Yeah, the fact remains you've spent the dough. And if the bill collectors fill your head with dread, you're gonna send them home head first. Essentially, friend to me, you've blown your deadline. And now you never leave your home, it's bedtime. The best idea strikes the second your head hits the down. Pull a Mitch Hedberg instead, listen now. 24 hours, not a word, you fill in your cage quite nicely. Rome was built in a day. Good night.
James Joyce's bones and the ghost of Langston Hughes, whose poems rang of truth, and to those who sang the blues, to those who showed their fangs but never broke the bank in two, cause the lowest hanging fruit was never enough, it's never enough. To old Dylan Thomas and the ghost of Langston Hughes, whose poems rang of truth, and to those who sang the blues, to those who showed their fangs but never broke the bank in two, or picked the lowest hanging fruit to appease those who drank its juice. Piss on 'em. Crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year. It's crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year. It's crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year. It's crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year.
Perhaps exposure therapy, Dean's List, 3 kids, sober clarity, pressure to a nosebleed, pulmonary leaks. Some sort of concerted effort. It's crazy how the days just blend together. Never better living triple X or a 7th letter. Depressed, whatever, the good shit for granted till a memory. In a roundabout way, you killed my enemies. And if you could go back in time and do it different, you would find the intuition, save yourself some major heartache. But if I had to, I would gladly be a statue, come alive to only catch you all over in baby carpe. And in an instant, reach your eyes to feel it splitting in my sides and spill my baboon heart. No time wasted, not invested till yet, and I would never regret 2 starts to that same day.
It's crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year. It's crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year. It's crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year. It's crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year. Yeah, now I watch the paint chip in this chair while I'm sitting here trying to get it all crystal clear. Am I lost trying to steer through the fog? Who the hell are we fooling, giving cheers to our spirits and our health? And how'd I get this gray tinge in my beard? Something missing here, could these be the days that we feared? Feeling caught in the gears of the clock, need help, double-fisted in the mirror, giving cheers to myself. Sometimes it's like the pain gets so severe, my brain just interferes with what I'm trying to figure out. But you can see my face shift when you're near, when you're not around, can get this little sneer up my mouth. And hey miss, did you hear? I may slip, but my dear, I can't do it by myself. And in the past I may have been insincere, but there ain't nobody else who make me wanna work it out. It's crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year. It's crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year. Crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year. It's crazy how the days just disappear. Wasted, sipping beer, same shit, different year.
It's locking yourself in.
I'm not violent. I'm not dangerous, except for my mouth. That's my weapon.
I never had one good dream since I moved in. Not one. They've all been nightmares. Horror stories. Like a three-headed dog gonna attack me. A three-headed dog. And as I turn to the right, now my anger is back in me.
Today, the past comes back. Full flood. He cranks his radio up and heads into the streets.
Will my hand be steady enough to take aim? And if our weapons or each verse be released, who then could disarm or confiscate the words that we speak? And how to end up in this city filled with cold stares and car fumes, where dark looms above all these two-dimensional cartoons? Could I find the nerve to pick myself up and start new? Leave an impression on something else besides a bar stool? Cause part 2 is not a given in this life. Was the path I was supposed to walk be hidden from the light? Tell me, who's gonna fathom what the sunshine brings once that sun is only shining on a one-eyed king? My love, what would I do without these friends that forgive? I swear that you're all I have within this endless abyss. And who could argue if I said you get what you give? Sometimes I question that myself, but that's a lesson I've lived.
I got a question. I ask, what's your work? What's going on? Anything going wrong? I got a question. I ask, what's your work? What's going on? Anything going wrong? I got a question. I ask, what's your work? What's going on? Anything going wrong? I got a question. I ask, what's your work? For the millionth time, asking me, what's your work?
What's the balance between practical and castles in the air? Are we on the bubble? And if that's the case, what happens when we're there? In rap, you think that paying dues stops? A shoebox filled with flyers from past gigs on my moon rocks. Is it that simple? Just move on, gather no moss, imagine the cost. Can't I just cool off? Am I overthinking this music shit? Did I fathom becoming a rapper this callous and humorless? Are the legends on a pedestal this reckless? Is an actual functional career a definite death wish? And you think you've got the energy, a dive bar dinosaur under spotlights at 70, right? Man, that's not quite the remedy. Will the toll take and weather me eventually? See, I question these people that say you get what you give, but the policy that rocks with me, never to quit.
I got a question. I ask, what's your work? What's going on? Anything going wrong? I got a question. I ask, what's your work? What's going on? Anything going wrong? I got a question. I ask, what's your work? What's going on? Anything going wrong? I got a question. I ask, what's your work? For the millionth time, asking me.
Yo, am I walking down a righteous path or just aimlessly buying into personal martyrdom with the hype attached? Can I amass groceries for life with that? Should the cashier fill up my bags for the depth of my writing craft? Get what I'm swiping at? Should all my interactions be overstating my worth till the price is slashed? The truth is, I wish that I could be fulfilled, but the money in the till never matches with my skill. Am I delusional? Unusual? Have I built a foundation on sand when I'm easily removable? Is anything I say or do provable? Would the judge or jury even care if what I write down is beautiful? How can I sit with this addiction when my need to speak always wrecks how I listen? If I get what I give, have I given enough? Or has the way that I live created the prison I live in as such?
I I guess the best describe it is it's mesmerizing when the stars connect straight overhead. You can't anesthetize it when the question rises, when am I going on the day that I'm dead? And so we quest to find it till our breath goes silent, keep it moving till there ain't nothing left. And if we're left here blinded when the west horizon takes the day back, we'll make our amends, we'll make our amends.
I got a question. I ask, what's your work? What's going on? Anything going wrong? I got a question. I ask, what's your work? What's going on? Anything going wrong? I got a question. I ask, what's your work? What's going on? Anything going wrong? I got a question. I ask, what's your work? For the millionth time asking me, what's your work?